For an infant, life begins as a set of interactions. The whole game of life is consisted of a number of interactions, which we often call luck. Despite there is a big difference between being an infant and an adult. The infant can't choose its interactions. It's born in a certain family and under certain parents. Later, that infant will interact more and more with its specific geographic location. Naturally, the infant will become a kid, and the kid will go to school. Then it will interact with its teachers and the other kids who have also gotten their own set of interactions. These early interactions are very important because they define how a child will think for the rest of its life. This is where a person can get really lucky or unlucky. For most people, things are pretty predictable. Most parents out there are people who believe that they need to struggle to be accepted by society and consider traditional work the only way to make a living. When a child grows under those conditions, it will probably become an adult with self-limiting beliefs. It is funny, though, how we call our limitations self-limitations, even though they have been instilled inside us by society. No baby gets born with limitations. You got born empty. Our human minds are learning machines and can adapt to whatever they are fed. Like a sponge that absorbs knowledge, they must learn how to communicate, attract attention, and later how to get accepted. Therefore, self-limitations are not at all a product of ourselves. They originate in the teachings that our elders have taught us subconsciously through the course of our lives. Those teachings never end. Even if you are an adult and you go to work one day to tell your coworkers that you are going to quit because you need more time to do what you love, they will call you crazy, and they will try to keep you there by their side. They might not even be bad people, but they have been programmed to be limited in nature and to only think a certain way. Additionally, limitations can be imposed on you by societal expectations. Note here that your family is also part of society. Everybody expects you to do something. They expect you to find a job, maybe find a spouse, and form a big, happy family. It's not uncommon for people to bend under these expectations. Why? Because even the people that love you might use emotional blackmail to make you live up to their expectations, neglecting what you really want to do or how you want to live your life. In such cases, it is crucial to practice self-awareness. Imagine you become a ghost and you fly above your own body. Notice what kind of thoughts you are thinking and what actions you are performing. Ask yourself who or what pushed you to perform these actions. Even though you may not be ready to quit doing what you hate doing, such as working a traditional job to make ends meet, you have to place more standards around your life. Be aware, remember that your life will have passed soon, and the only thing remaining will be your regrets. Self-awareness can be the first step to taking control of your own life. Living with limitations can cause us to give our power away. It is not just a matter of not taking action, it goes way deeper. Limitations strip us of our power and make us search for heroes outside of ourselves. How many people out there are waiting for somebody to come and save them? How many people are waiting and hoping to get lucky? Those are all symptoms of living with limitations. A limit is something like a barrier that you have accepted you can't overcome. But ask yourself if that's really you. These barriers will keep you back and hinder your personal and financial progress. The imposter syndrome is an example of carrying limited beliefs alongside with you. Impostor syndrome refers to an internal psychological phenomenon where one doubts their accomplishments and have a persistent fear of being exposed as a fraud, despite evidence of their competence and achievements. This is purely psychological, and it is ironic how high achievers are the ones mostly experiencing this syndrome. People experiencing it often attribute their success to luck or external factors, dismissing their own expertise. This self-doubt can lead to feelings of anxiety, inadequacy, and a constant fear of being widely exposed as being not good enough. To combat imposter syndrome, it's essential to develop self-awareness and recognize that these feelings are common and not indicative of one's true abilities. In today's world, we often abuse our own feelings by causing them to happen as a consequence of negative thinking. If you repeat something too many times, you might start believing it. That is why we have often mentioned affirmations as a weapon against negative thinking in our other videos on this channel. Even the best among us can't shut their brains. Think about meditation for a minute. It is a way to try and take control of your mind. Even so, you only achieve that momentarily. Once you stop the conscious effort of controlling your thoughts, your mind is back and starts thinking again. The quality of your thoughts is determined by your deeply rooted beliefs. If you have limiting beliefs, then your mind will always repeat things such as, That girl will leave me for someone else with more money. Or, I can't build a successful company because I'm not smart enough. There's a difference between being truthful and putting yourself down. Well, I'm not good at all with numbers and have always hated math. Does that make me stupid? Again, interactions. Maybe my teachers were not professionals and failed to teach me. Or maybe I had no interest in numbers and I subconsciously refused to learn about them. Although not knowing or understanding something does not make an individual stupid, reality is reality. Since I know I'm not good with numbers, I may ask for some help when the time comes to deal with them. Maybe you think to yourself that you're not good with money. Maybe it's true. But why does that have to hold you down? If you are not good with money, set small, realistic goals to learn more about money. Use 20 minutes every day to build your understanding around money. Nobody is asking you to become a pro economist or investor in one day, and if they do, they have no idea how things work. Challenge the thing you consider impossible. Your limiting beliefs need to be challenged. That is because if they don't, your brain will assume they are true, and they will stay inside you forever. Let me tell you something else. Nobody knows you. Your parents gave birth to you, your friends love you, your children look up to you, but they don't know you. Nobody knows what lies deep inside you. It is your responsibility to both evict your inner limiting beliefs and go after your dreams. In terms of expectations, people will always expect you to be average and nothing greater than that. As already mentioned, set realistic goals and execute them. It is important to also make your goals a bit challenging. Challenging goals tend to be more pleasurable when achieved. Nonetheless, remember to set yourself up for success. Even reading for 10 minutes a day may be a difficult goal for a single working parent. Or going to the gym can be challenging for an overweight person because they are afraid of what people around them may think of them. Do the thing you can do. Challenge yourself to make one more step. Lastly, the common barrier out there must be fear of failure. Fear of failure is a common psychological barrier that prevents individuals from pursuing their goals due to the belief that things will not go right. It is characterized by a strong desire to avoid failure at all costs. However, overcoming the fear of failure is crucial for personal growth. To combat it, you need to embrace a growth mindset. Adopting a growth mindset means viewing failures and setbacks as opportunities for learning and growth rather than indicators of personal inadequacy. Understand that failure is a natural part of any journey towards success, and that it provides valuable lessons and insights. Focus on the process of learning rather than solely focusing on the end result. In other words, learn to reframe failure. Rather than avoiding failure, reframe it as a necessary stepping stone toward success. Recognize that failure is not a reflection of your skills, but an opportunity for growth. Take calculated risks and challenge yourself to step outside your comfort zone. By taking action, you are actively confronting your fears and expanding your abilities, which can gradually diminish the fear of failure. In today's video, we address the impact of self-imposed limitations on personal and financial growth, and we provided some strategies to overcome these barriers. Take a moment to share your own experiences with overcoming limiting beliefs in the comments below. Subscribe to our channel for more content on personal development and wealth building.